Look, let's get into this chat a little more with Dr Jemma King, who's a research fellow at the University of Queensland School of Psychology. She's actually got a book out called Sleep First, and it's all about looking at sleep, what's going on inside your head when it hits the pillow. Jemma, thank you so much for joining us on Hack.
Thanks for having me.
Are we seeing a bit of a rise in people using things like breath work to tackle stress?
100%. What we're seeing is that people feel very disenfranchised with doctors who just say, take some medication, or you have to live with it, or this is just you. Yeah, maybe they've seen their parents not cope and they've seen the consequences of having to have long-term anxiety medication. Also, it's free. And it's democratically available. You don't need anything but your face and what Mother Nature's given you.
Do we know whether it is very useful for people when it comes to relaxing and sleep and those kinds of things?
Yeah, we're seeing much more research coming out, including my own. I've done some extensive research, and basically what we're seeing is what the ancients have told us for thousands of years is actually coming true. We're seeing some really good peer-reviewed evidence-based research that's saying, yes, it can help. We've seen a lot of benefits about the ability to handle stress and discomfort and frustration, but we saw this really interesting result in our research. It was anecdotal. We didn't actually ask about it, but people were telling us that they really felt like they didn't want to vape as much, they didn't want to smoke cigarettes, they didn't want to drink or eat a lot of chocolate.
Issue, I guess, would be if there were people claiming that breath work could do things beyond its scope. People might be using this as a bit of a cure-all treatment.
I really think it can be quite dangerous. I'd be very trepidatious to be saying that breath work can cure this and that it would change your life completely forever and you should see, your symptoms reduce. And that can also disenfranchise people if they don't see these really significant results or they don't see a reversal of their symptoms or their disease immediately. People might get a little bit disenfranchised. So I think you have to be very careful. If you're a vulnerable person, you're frightened because you've been given a very bad diagnosis like cancer, and people are telling you all you need to do is breath work, I think I'm worried about those people. I think false hope shouldn't be given to people who are in vulnerable situations.
Are there any at-risk groups who might find this a bit more riskier than others?
Yeah, definitely. If you're anywhere near water or driving heavy machinery or a car, you should not be doing any breath work unless you're in a safe environment, you're sitting or lying. Definitely if you've got COPD, if you've got significant heart disease, lung disease, if you're pregnant with, high blood pressure, these are some of the things that you should really talk to your doctor before you engage in some breath work, because if you do it a lot and there's some of these breathwork principles out there that can actually be quite significant. You actually see colours, you have psychedelic experiences. Some people can black out. So, yeah, I think start slow, start small, make sure that you've got someone who knows what they're doing if you do have any of these conditions, and definitely speak to your doctor.
Dr Jemma King from the University of Queensland, I appreciate you coming on Hack.
Thank you for having me.